Hi everyone, our names are Agam, Axel, Dalton, and Simran. Today we're going to be presenting to you our project on organizational behavior in a high-performance organization. The company we are going to be discussing is Aritzia. Aritzia is a high-end clothing company that focuses on delivering everyday luxury through engaging service, beautiful product, aspirational environment, and captivating communications. To help showcase this, we have a video explaining the importance of their organization.
It's an idea that anyone deserves a beautiful everyday, champagne on a Tuesday or what it might be, but that kind of experience we can deliver to a customer, I find really powerful.
Everyday luxury is just that. It's luxury for everyday people. It's luxury that people can experience on an everyday basis if they so choose. And that means we're giving engaging customer service. That means we're creating beautiful product for people. That means we have captivating communications. That means that we have the most aspirational environments, and whether they'll be store environments or online, and all those together, we'd like to think is as good as any luxury player out there.
Why should that be amongst the luxury retailers only? If we can offer a luxury experience to all our clients, whether they're 13 years old or 45 years old, I'm a huge fan of everyday luxury.
Dalton is going to start us off today with power and politics. Then I will cover ethics in the workplace. Following will be Axel with diversity in the workplace. And finally, Agam will wrap up with organizational culture. I will now send it off to Dalton, who will cover power and politics.
Hey, my name is Dalton, and today I'm going to talk to you about how the CEO of Aritzia's basis of power contributes to Aritzia being a high-performance organization. But first, an explanation of power. Power refers to the capability that one has to influence the behavior of others so that they act in a way that is in accordance with one's wishes. Power occurs naturally in any group and organization, and employees can have different responses to power. Power is also a function of dependence. The more a person depends on an individual, the greater the power that individual holds. Understanding one's power and how to use that power effectively can help leaders successfully motivate, direct, and gain the support of employees. Effective leaders use formal bases of power in conjunction with personal bases of power. Coercion, reward, and legitimate power are bases of formal power. They come from an individual's position in an organization. On the other hand, expert and referent power are personal bases of power. They come from an individual's particular qualities and unique characteristics. Formal bases of power can produce compliance from employees, while personal bases of power produce commitment from employees. Jennifer Wong, the CEO of Aritzia, utilizes both formal and personal bases of power. She employs legitimate, expert, and referent power to effectively motivate, control, and direct the employees of Aritzia. To start, she holds legitimate power in her position as CEO of Aritzia. Employees accept her direction based on the inherent authority of her hierarchical position. When she gives direction, those beneath her position listen and usually comply. This, however, is the least valuable base of power she holds. Her referent power overshadows her legitimate power. She has been an icon in Aritzia's management team throughout her career. Her story and dedication to her craft have allowed her to become an inspiration for many young females who aspire to become successful businesswomen such as herself. Most importantly, her dedication and charisma have also earned her the respect and admiration of the employees she manages. She holds an approval rating of 82% based on over 2,000 reviews on Glassdoor.com. Finally, her expert power is her most powerful asset. Jennifer has built upon this base of power throughout her career. As she's progressed through the corporate ladder, she has gained a great degree of knowledge and expertise in finance, logistics, fashion, retail, e-commerce, IT, and computerization. She initially joined Aritzia as a seasonal style advisor in 1987 with little experience. Not too long after, she was promoted to the position of assistant store manager. After some time, she was again promoted to the head of the shoe division in retail. Eventually, through hard work and commitment, Jennifer became the COO of Aritzia in 2007, then the president of the company in 2015, before finally becoming the CEO in 2022. Overall, her experience, charisma, and dedication have allowed her to gain immense expert and referent power. Her strength in these two bases of power tends to produce a high level of employee commitment. Thus, these strong bases of power are an excellent asset for the company and are a competitive advantage that aids Aritzia in being a high-performance organization. Next up is Simran, and he will guide you through the ethics of Aritzia.
Thank you, Dalton. Hi everyone, my name is Simran Sidhu, and today I'm going to be discussing Aritzia's ethic in the workplace. But before I get started with that, let me first explain what ethics are. Ethics are the study of moral values or principles that guide our behavior and inform us whether actions are right or wrong. They help us do the right thing. Due to the importance of this, ethical considerations should be an important criterion in organizational decision-making. There are 4 different types of ethical decision criteria. Utilitarian criterion, a decision centered on results or repercussions that prioritizes doing the most good for the most people. Rights criterion, decisions that are in line with the fundamental rights and liberties outlined in texts like the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedom, thus protects whistleblowers. Justice criterion, decisions that fairly and impartially apply and enforce rules to ensure an equitable distribution of benefits and costs. And finally, care criterion, decisions that express care in protecting the special relationships that individuals have with each other. Now it's time to look at how Aritzia deals with ethics in the workplace. A key example is their use of utilitarian criterion. In 2020, Aritzia declared that they are now completely carbon neutral. Along with that, they purchased renewable energy credits and invested in verified carbon standards as part of it. Even further, they are now using eco-friendly materials such as organic cotton. They have also pledged to eliminate hazardous chemicals and to minimize textile waste. All of the measures Aritzia has taken to help improve the environment is very expensive. They could easily cut costs by using cheap materials in a factory in China, but they are committed to helping the greatest good for the greatest number of people. Another example of this is how they use rights criterion. Aritzia's supplier code of conduct reveals the framework through which the company's suppliers are governed. It affirms commitment to get rid of all forms of discrimination, including unequal pay, as well as Aritzia condemns child labor and other unfair or harmful labor practices. They are very adamant on making sure that Aritzia is a welcoming place for everyone, no matter your gender, sexual preference, marital status, race, etc. They strive to make it as inclusive as possible so they can have diverse mindsets. To showcase how important their culture is to them, we'll now show you a video from the founder and president of Aritzia.
Scarf. I'm warming up right now. Am I warming up? I'm warming up right now. My name is Brian Hill. I'm the CEO of Aritzia. Every company and every organization has a culture. And I think that we've developed a incredibly successful culture here at Aritzia over the last 35 years. You know, one of the difficulties is we know is explaining to people our culture. And I think we had and have had all these little components that we built over the years. And I could not be more thrilled with where we netted out. If somebody had asked me a year or two ago, we'd net out where we have now with our ecosystem and how connected it is and how relevant it is and how it reflects who Aritzia really is, I would say no way. There's no way we could have gotten where we are.
Well, first of all, I think in some ways, we've actually been working on it since we started in 1984, starting with why Brian founded the company and what he envisioned back then. I think what he envisioned back then still rings true even to today. And so I'd like to think that the ecosystem, maybe not necessarily by design, but certainly organically has formed over all the years that we've been in existence. So in order to maintain what's core to us and what has driven our success for all these many years and continue those things that I would say are part of our DNA, it's really important that we do articulate it in an engaging and intelligent way so that everybody who haven't been here for 30 years, like me, can understand what we're doing and why we're doing it.
After all, Aritzia strives not only to produce the best possible product for their consumers, but also have an environmentally stable product. Not to mention, they want their employers, whether they are working directly for Aritzia or just a supplier, to be treated fairly, without any prejudice. Aritzia believes that in order to have a brand that will stand the test of time, the workplace ethics have to be up to par. I will now pass it off to Axel, who will cover diversity in the workplace.
Hello, my name is Axel, and I'll be covering workplace diversity within Aritzia as an organization. So diversity in the workplace contributes to creating a high-performance organization as it can boost creativity and innovation within the organization. When a large variety of individuals are diverse, it also increases the amount of different perspectives. Due to having an increased amount of perspectives, it also increases the amount of creativity, problem-solving, and innovation created within the workplace. Valuing workplace diversity is crucial as it helps reduce the amount of employee turnover. If you're able to value your employees' differences, they're most likely to stay within the organization and have increased loyalty. Lastly, having a diverse workplace can also boost the productivity within your employees. Having a diverse team can increase your employees' morale, which can also help boost their confidence. Having a diverse workplace also is a crucial asset within that workplace as it contributes to a successful, balanced organization. Aritzia has also contributed to promoting diversity within the organization itself. If you take a look at the website, they state how they are investing $1 million into the diversity and inclusion program that they have established. Aritzia has also implemented mandatory training and education for workers on systemic racism, racial inequality, and social injustice. They have also stated that these courses are required for all current and future employees who wish to work at Aritzia, and these courses are led by DE&I experts. Jennifer Wong, who is the Chief Operating Officer of Aritzia, has established a committee dedicated to executive diversity and inclusion. Aritzia has contributed to collaborating with many outside organizations like the Stonewall Community Foundation, CJF, CBC Radio Canada, Black Women's Journalism Fellowship, Athena Picha, and etc. Aritzia collaborating with these organizations or people shows their support in diversity, and this can make the company more recognizable to employees or future employees, as it shows how the company actually supports their community. Aritzia highly values diversity within the workplace as it contributes to increasing job satisfaction amongst their employees. Having satisfied employees can also increase the amount of satisfied customers, as satisfied employees tend to be more open, friendly, responsive, and approachable if they're satisfied with their job. One way Aritzia ensures diversity within the workplace is by their newly launched People Resources Group. This ensures that diversity is recognized within their organization, which can allow different perspectives. Aritzia also values diversity for their customers. Aritzia has implemented unisex clothing, more styles and sizing options for its clothing, which is another factor to why Aritzia contributes to being a high-performance organization, as to other brands competing do not offer the same amount of diversity within their employees and customers. Overall, diversity in the workplace is highly valued in Aritzia. When it comes to the employees and customers, it is one of their top priorities. Diversity is one of the most important assets to Aritzia as an organization, which is why they take this further step forward to increase diversity within the workplace compared to other organizations. It is one of the factors that make the company different from others, which contributes to leading a high-performance organization.
Organization culture. Culture, it's the soul of the organization. It is the beliefs and values one carries and how they manifest them. A company with a lot of people is just an empty vessel. Its culture is what gives its actual soul and brings life to the company. In every organization's culture, there are always some key aspects and characteristics at play. Innovation, risk-taking, attention to detail, people orientation, team orientation, and outcome orientation are all critical characteristics that our organizational culture typically tend to have. A strong organization with all these key characteristics will produce a healthy and well-balanced organizational climate. After understanding and grasping what organizational culture is and does, how does Aritzia, a multi-million-dollar company, maintain its organizational culture? Well, to start, Brian Hill, the founder of Aritzia, is someone that has been very passionate and has always noticed how important a company's culture is. He understands that a company's organizational culture is crucial and is important to the workflow, team cohesiveness, and how it reflects Aritzia and leads Aritzia onto a successful path. To branch further, Aritzia's organizational culture, or as they refer to it as their ecosystem, is the key to the success which the company has achieved. Many different characteristics require a company to have a good organizational culture. With how the company has been driven under Brian and was then passed on to Jennifer Wong, the transition didn't affect the company as to how strong the ecosystem has been embedded into the company and its employees. It is this strong ecosystem that allows merging and the overall ethical change to occur seamlessly in Aritzia. It's with the ecosystem that the company has been able to reach out to such grand heights, whether it's being able to become the 2021 brand of the year or whether it's being one of the most biggest sustainable brands ever. The ecosystem reflects Aritzia as an organization that displays endless innovation and yet also can maintain such high stability with team organization. It's clear that Brian and Jennifer have created a very powerful and organic culture that's always growing and has changed something that a lot of common companies don't typically have and have difficulty with, but it's due to the collective group effort and strong foundations which have been placed into the employees of Aritzia is what allows the company's culture to withstand change and just allows the Aritzia as a company to be much more effective than other organizations due to how strong of a base the ecosystem has impacted everybody. Overall, the founders and current CEO of Aritzia have created a perplexing culture that's innovation won't be able to be topped by anybody else. The ecosystem Aritzia has created has been able to strengthen its culture, provided an aspirational environment for everyone, and many more attributes that have been able to drive Aritzia into being the high-performing company it is now, and only further strengthening its organizational culture.
In conclusion, whether it's the amazing leadership of Jennifer Wong, their high-value ethics, tight organizational culture, or even their unbeatable ecosystem, it's hard to top Aritzia. It's part of the reason as to why they're still so massively successful to this day. With as base strong as this, they'll definitely be able to maintain itself as an HBO for time to come. Thank you for watching.